The assembly in figure P-242 consists of a light rigid bar AB pinned at O that is attached to the steel and aluminum rods. In the position shown, bar AB is horizontal and there is a gap of 5 millimeters between the lower end of the steel rod and its pin support at C. Compute the stress in the aluminum rod when the lower end of the steel rod is attached to its support. Okay, so we have here the figure. This is according to the problem, the light rigid bar AB. So that means we are going to neglect its weight. Rigid meaning it will not deform. So it will not bend, it will not elongate, and it will not contract. So it's rigid. But it is pinned at O. So it is free to rotate about point O. And then we have an aluminum rod here and a steel rod here. And over here, there's a gap of 5 millimeter between the end of the steel rod and its support at point C. The problem now is to compute the stress developed in the aluminum if we are going to connect this steel rod to its pin support. Okay, so this is the free body diagram of bar AB. So what are the forces acting on bar AB? If the steel is going to be connected to point C, that means there's a pull here, a tensile force. Let's call that P sub S. And if the bar is free to rotate at O, then there's also another pull here, tensile force for the aluminum. And then we have the reaction here. Let's call that R sub O. So this is given 0.75 meter. This one is 1.5 meters. If we sum up moment at O equals 0, clockwise moment as positive. So the clockwise moment is the moment created by P sub A. That's P sub A times the moment arm of 1.5. This one will create a negative moment. So that's minus P sub S times the moment arm of 0.75 equals 0. We have P sub A times 1.5 equals P sub S times 0.75. Since we are asked for the stress in aluminum, let us express our P sub S in terms of P sub A. So that's 0.75 times P sub S is P sub A times 1.5, or P sub S equals 1.5 divided by 0.75 is 2 times P sub A. Again, the problem asks for the stress in the aluminum. So let us express these forces in terms of stress. Because we know stress is P over A, or P is stress times area. So this one is now stress in the steel times the area, cross-sectional area of the steel rod is 2 times the stress in the aluminum times its cross-sectional area. Or the stress in the steel is 2 times the stress in the aluminum times area sub A over area sub S. Okay, so we have the values for the areas. We don't have the values for stress in the steel and stress in the aluminum. So we have two unknowns here. And we can only use this equation because if we are going to sum up forces vertical to add one more equation, that will involve R sub O. We'll just increase the number of unknowns. So we'll get the second equation from the geometry of the deformation. Here, if we are going to pull this steel rod so that it will connect to point C, that means, and this bar to be rigid, it will not bend, but it will rotate like this. Okay? The final position would be like this. Now, question is this gap here, this movement from A to this point, this one here, is that equal to this 5 millimeter? So we pull the steel rod so that it will connect to point C. and we have a 5 millimeter gap here. So does that mean that this distance is also 5 millimeter? So is it 5 millimeter? The answer is no, because this one should be less than 5 millimeters, because we are going to consider the elongation of the steel rod. So if we pull this steel rod here, that means it will also elongate. So this is not equal to 5 millimeters anymore. In fact, it should be less than 5 millimeter. So to make it lesser than 5 millimeter, that means we are going to subtract something. And what is that something? That is this one is 5 mm minus what? That is the elongation of the steel. Okay? So this distance here should be 5 minus the elongation of the steel. So if we are going to redraw that diagram here, what we have now are two similar triangles. This is 0.75. This is 1.5. And this is 5 minus the elongation of the steel. And how about this one? What is this equal to? This is the elongation of the aluminum. So this is elongation of the aluminum. Okay. So we have two similar triangles. We can use ratio and proportions here. So by ratio and proportion, we have 5 minus the deformation or elongation of steel divided by 0.75 equals deformation of aluminum divided by 1.5. Okay, so if we multiply 1.5 over here divided by 0.75, that will be 2. So we have 2 times 5 minus delta S equals delta A. So that's 10 minus 2 times delta S equals delta A. We know that deformation is PL over AE, and P over A is stress, so that's stress times L over E. So we are going to express this deformation here in terms of stress, and we get 10 minus 2 times stress in steel times its length over modulus of elasticity of steel equals this, that's stress in aluminum times the length of the aluminum rod over its modulus of elasticity. And stress of steel can be expressed in terms of stress in aluminum, which is this one, because we need to solve for the stress in aluminum. So we have 10 minus 2 times the stress in steel is this one, 2 stress in aluminum times area sub A over area sub S multiplied by L sub S divided by E sub S is stress in aluminum times its length over its modulus of elasticity. Okay. Then we will multiply this and move it to the right. Let's write this one first. So this becomes plus 4 times this, stress in aluminum area times the length over the modulus of elasticity. So we have a common factor of sigma A, and we have L sub A, E sub A, plus 4 times A sub A over A sub S times L sub S over E sub S. So finally, our stress in aluminum is 10 divided by L sub A over E sub A plus 4 times A sub A over A sub S times L sub S over E sub S. Now these values are here, except for the length of the steel rod. The length of the steel rod is just 2 meters or 2,000 millimeters minus 5, and that is 1,995 millimeter. Okay, so let's substitute all these values here. We have stress in aluminum is 10 divided by length of the aluminum is 2 meters or 2,000 millimeters. Modulus of elasticity is 70 gigapascal. Convert that to megapascal, so we multiply by 1,000 plus 4 times the area of aluminum divided by the area of steel times the length of steel, which is now 1,995, that's 2,000 minus 5, divided by modulus of elasticity, 200 gigapascal, multiplied by 1,000 to convert to megapascal. So, stress in aluminum equals 10 divided by, open parenthesis, 2,000 divided by 70 divided by 1,000 plus 4 times 300 times 1,995 divided by 250 divided by 200 divided by 1,000. Close parenthesis equals 130.8 megapascal.